All right, this is going to be a quick recap of last week's price action on NQ, and then I'll give a forecast for this upcoming week. Before we get into the charts, first wanted to go over the economic calendar for the week. So forexfactory.com, and because I haven't shown this, but other people have definitely shown this on YouTube, but I figure I might as well. How I filter my calendar, because I only trade NQ and ES and US based stocks, I go to the filter and I only filter for red folder, which is high impact news, and then I'll leave the orange folder, which I'll call medium impact news. I'll leave that on my calendar, and then I filter only for USD currencies. So those are the filters that I apply. And quickly running through the calendar, you can see that we have red folder news on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. Tuesday, I will not trade at all. Monday is a toss up. It just depends on if I identify that we're having high resistance or low resistance conditions in the market by 10 a.m. If there's high resistance, meaning, there's a lot of choppiness, or we're creating imbalances and then quickly filling them, just disrespecting the imbalances, then I will not take a trade on Monday. So Monday, up in the air. Actually, I said by 10 a.m., but because we have 10 a.m. news, I won't. I'll give myself until 10:30. So if a trade presents itself, then I'll take a trade, but it has to be by 10:30 a.m. If not, I'm done for the day. Tuesday, I will not be on the charts. I will not trade. Wednesday, I will not be on the charts. I will not trade until after, maybe after probably like 2:40, 2:45 p.m. And I'm really not sure that I even want to trade that day, but we'll see what the market is doing after the fund rate comes out and we get into the press conference. Thursday, I will trade um, after the 8:30 news, and Friday may not be a trade day, but it just depends on how much of a move we get Wednesday after the funds rate comes out, and then Thursday. So if Friday looks to be a choppy day, then I won't trade. So right now there's looking like I really only have one solid day of trading, which is Thursday, and maybe I'll get something Monday, who knows. But right now there's one definite day and two or three toss up days. So just looking at NQ, I do have drawings on the chart, but I've hidden them for now, and I just wanted to quickly go over what we're looking at. So if you look at the weekly candle from last week, you can see, go back to my forecast for last week and the recap video, I think for Monday of last week, you'll see that I talked about expecting price to retrace back into this bullish order block and to head up to possibly take out buy side liquidity. So we did get the retracement into the order block, and price did trade up. We are currently sitting in a breaker block and a bearish order block, but we still have this liquidity to possibly sweep, and then I would expect some retracement. Why am I expecting retracement, right? The reason why I'm expecting retracement is we do have, some bearish indicators on the weekly chart, but also on the monthly chart. We, as of Friday, have retraced and closed inside of a bearish fair value gap. So I do expect to see some kind of move back down. I'm not saying it's a prolonged move or anything like that, but I just don't expect I mean, I could be wrong. The Fed's rate will dictate a lot of the chart activities, but I am expecting to see some sort of bearish reaction at some point this week. So that's the monthly. The weekly, expect to see this buy side taken. And on the daily, just looking at how Friday closed, this is Friday's candle. It closed bullish. It also it retraced into a previously unmitigated daily bearish fair value gap, but it did close below that fair value gap, so that's interesting. And this gray candle right here is the current weekly candle, current daily candle that's open. So let me bring my drawings. Okay, so the red box is just marked for the monthly bearish fair value gap. I have the buy side liquidity also shown on the weekly. I have that marked out, and then I have already marked out the prior week high, prior week low, this week's open, and Friday's low. So I have those marked off, and then again, I have to be patient tomorrow, Monday. Wait for the 10 a.m. news. Also identify what the conditions are on the charts, whether it's high resistance or low resistance, and then make a decision on if I'm trading or not. So hopefully this is helpful to someone, and please leave any comments or feedback in the comments section below. Talk to you soon.